Hey guys, we're here with Jared Padalecki in our HCW Times Square studio. We are live right now on Facebook. You ready for this?
Yes.
All right, we have tons of questions. We got a lot of questions for you.
All right.
All right, so Madison, when you joined Supernatural, did you think it would be as successful as it is today?
Hi, Madison. When I joined Supernatural, I really was just hoping to get the pilot picked up. I was very living in the moment. To a degree, I think my nature is to sort of go one step at a time. And so I was just trying to do the best job I could. I had done a few pilots that didn't get picked up. I was pretty sad about it, but I think third time was a charm, and luckily with Supernatural I decided to go.
All right, this is from Rachel. You guys are famous for your fan photo shoots. What's the most memorable photo request a fan has made? Oh boy.
There are several. One time a fan came up and she was from Japan, and it must have been lost in translation a little bit because she just came up and said, "Will you choke me?" I was like, I'm sorry, and I kind of look around and there was a drawing of me choking, and I guess maybe it was a dare or something. I wasn't really able to ask what it meant. I didn't actually choke her, but I pretended to. I think maybe I'm not sure what the context was.
This is from Lauren. So many fans quote the show. Is there any dialogue or scene that you could still quote, or is it like cramming for a test where you forget the previous one the next day he's gone?
I still, to a degree, remember the Latin exorcism, which is funny because I took Latin in school to try and do better on my SATs, and I was certain that I would never use it in life.
Okay, break it to it. Come on.
All right. Exorcit zamus te, omnis immunis spiritus, omnis satanic potestas, omnis incursio infernalis adversarii, omnis legio, omnis congregatio, et secta diabolica. I'm not going to finish it. I don't want to exercise them completely. Everybody made fun of me for taking Latin in high school, and I actually use it on a regular basis.
That's pretty amazing.
Hey.
All right, Ayana, if you could bring back any character, who would it be?
Ooh. I would bring back my lovely wife, who happens to be sitting with us, Ruby. If I could bring anybody back, I could have my one and only on set with me. So, easy answer.
All right, Naomi, what is the best thing about working with Jensen?
Oh God, I think Naomi, the best thing about working with Jensen is he makes me feel tall. Just kidding. Thank you. I think the best thing about working with Jensen is I trust him. I've known him for so long. And he and I are more than just kind of co-stars these days. Our wives are friends. Our kids go to the same school, and they're friends. And there's just a bit of comfort and there's an amount of trust I have with him that I'm able to just delve into a scene and not worry about what the other person's doing. I know he shows up. He's a consummate professional. Shows up ready to work, and we're able to kind of have fun with what we do.
All right, this is from Flavia. What do you think is the biggest change in Sammy since season 1?
Oh God. Flavia, I think Sammy's changed a lot. We've seen him, possessed by angels and possessed by demons. And I think I think in season 1, Sammy really wanted to go live a normal life. He's kind of thought like, my family's weird. My dad needs to go on Walking Dead and get off of Supernatural. But now these days, I think Sam realizes that his destiny is where he is, and he's learned to accept that it's not perfect, it's not ideal. He doesn't have a wife and kids and a law degree, but he realizes that he's helping a lot of people, so I think he's happy with where he is.
Okay, this is from Dolly. What would happen if Dean from Gilmore Girls met Sam?
If Dean from Gilmore Girls met Sam, I think Sam would probably beat his ass, beat him up. I probably shouldn't say the ASS word. I think Sammy's a lot tougher than Dean from Gilmore Girls. But I think Dean from Gilmore Girls was a nice enough guy, so he'd probably just shake his hand and be like, "I like your hair," and walk away.
All right, Jamie. This is from Jamie.
Yeah.
If you ever had to face one of the monsters in the show in real life, which one would you go up against?
All right. If I ever had to face one of the monsters in real life, there was a monster that if you dropped salt, I think it was a leprechaun. The episode was called "Clap Your Hands If You Believe," and he had magical powers, but I think it was a leprechaun of some sort, or some form of like the original form of the leprechaun. But if you dropped something on the ground, he had to stay there and count it until he was all done. And so you could just kind of like drop a bunch of stuff on the ground and run away. That'd be the easiest one to escape.
All right, this is from Teen Sam W.
All right.
What is the experience like producing your own wine with Steven Mel?
Teen Sam W. That was I've always had a big passion for wine. I love it. And Steven, as you know, makes a lot of wine. And so he came to me and he was like, "Hey, I'd love to do something. I know you're a wine drinker and a wine fan, and if you want to kind of come up with some taste and think of what kind of wine you would like to be involved in the creation of, then let me know. And I was like, well, I like bubbly, I like Chardonnay, and so we worked with some friends and had some different taste testing and taste styling and figured out what grapes we wanted, what kind of vintage we wanted, and it was neat. It was awesome.
All right,
dream come true.
This is from Emily. What would your younger self think about all the success with the Always Keep Fighting campaign? Love you, Jared.
I love you back. Thank you for your question. I think my younger self would be really happy. I think I grew up in a small town, and I didn't grow up as Mr. Popular by any means. I was sort of shy and scared of being in the public eye, which is why I maybe found my comfort playing other characters or other variations of me, because I didn't really know who I was yet. So I think the younger self would probably be proud of who I am now, that I've been able to be honest with people and be honest about who I am and what goes on behind the scenes.
All right, this is from Alexis. She wants to say, Alexis says, thanks for having a Q&A on her birthday.
Happy birthday. That's why we're doing it, Alexis.
My question is, what did you and Jensen dress up for Halloween this year, or were you too busy?
All right, so I'm funny. So I've kind of become, as an adult, I loved Halloween as a kid. I've kind of become like a Halloween Grinch. Just because I wear a costume and makeup every day, so the last thing I want to do on my day off is like wear a costume and makeup. But my wife, ever since we had kids, has convinced me to kind of like, I'm always like, I'll stay at home with the candy and I'll hand it out. She's like, no, the boys want to walk around with you. I need your help. So this year I was a skeleton from Day of the Dead, as was my wife. We were the male-female skeleton versions.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then Jensen was a cowboy.
All right, this is from Clara. Favorite song or music of the moment?
That is easy. There's a band out called Kaleo, K-A-L-E-O, and they're going to be huge. I mean, they're already getting huge, but they're outrageously talented, good old hard rock, incredible guitar, incredible drums, incredible voice, incredible music, K-A-L-E-O. I listen to them every day. I listen to their album every single day.
Milena, this is from
I'm going to
Milena.
see them Friday in Austin.
Yeah, this is from Milena. What are your favorite TV shows to watch?
Wow. The shows I watch most often are probably shows from my kids, like Paw Patrol, or PJ Masks or something. You know what I'm talking about.
There you go.
But I think a lot of the shows that I watch end up kind of being involved around business, like The Profit or Shark Tank. Stranger Things was great. I'm kind of a binge watcher, so I'll wait until it's out on Netflix and I'll go and I'll just blast through it. So I think Stranger Things is probably the latest thing that I binge watched.
All right, these are the last two. This is Music Gamer 77. What's the cutest thing your kids have done recently?
Oh God. My wife sent me a video. She was there, and our 2-year-old wants nothing more than to be like his big brother, which I think is what we play with a lot on Supernatural, with like the brothers and them loving each other and kind of wanting to be like each other and impress each other. And so they were kind of like repeat after me, and I love you, Tom. I love you, Tom. I love you, Shep. And like giving each other hugs, and you know, she sends it to me, and I'm on set. It warmed my heart. So it's a cool thing, and he's got 2 kids as well, so we're talking about it. It's fun when you start having kids. When you have one kid, they run your world, and you're there morning, noon, and night. Then you have another one, so you kind of split. And when they get to the age where they start having secrets, and when they start having hobbies together, it's forget about it. And you look at these things, and you're like, they're playing with each other, and they're like telling secrets at each other, and like laughing at daddy and mommy, and like playing, and it's just the coolest. Like that's how I grew up. So.
All right, K113, your funniest moment filming season 12 so far.
Funniest moments filming season 12. All right, the funniest moment that I feel like filming season 12 is actually, there have been a lot of kind of comical moments that I've laughed on set, whether it's pranking Misha or Mark Shepard or whatever the situation may be. But I feel like the funniest moments that have happened so far as a show have been episode 11. We're doing it right now. And it's kind of a throwback to an episode called Yellow Fever, where Dean finds himself in a funny situation where he's just not quite acting like himself. And so the combination of Sam and Dean, with all they've been through, the way they're communicating, or their lack of communication, I guess, is something that we're trying not to laugh at while we're filming. So I think you guys will like it.
All right, and is there anything that you can tell the Facebook Live group about what's going on in the new season? What kind of scoop?
Yeah, we for those who haven't seen the first couple episodes, we're kind of going back to the smaller storylines, almost like season 1. You know, we had last year with God and the Darkness and Lucifer, and we've gone big. We've had the Apocalypse. We've done everything in 250 episodes. But now we're going back to almost what made me fall in love with the show in the first place. We're going back to family and loyalty and sacrifice and discipline and friendship. and a lot of the stuff that kind of attracted me to the show in the first place. It's scary, it's dark, and we're keeping it simple. We're going back to simple. We've gone so big, and you guys, because y'all have been there for us, we've had the ability to do that and trust that y'all, we're going to have our backs. So thank you, and now we're going back to simple.
Guys, thank you for hanging us. We're at Facebook Live. Make sure you watch Supernatural. Thursdays, 9 o'clock. And the Giants are the best team in the NFL.
After the Cowboys. After the
Giants are the best team in the NFL.
Yes, I'm seeing a Cowboy.
Giants, there's no Cowboys fans.
Love y'all guys.
None.
Ciao.